away, Captain Jack! 500 yards off the starboard bow!
This simple phrase has been heard over the deck of many a pirate ship, and this time is no different. Just business as usual, Captain Jack to the ball.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin. Mr. Gilly.
Aye, sir.
Bring me that ship.
Aye, aye, Captain Jacks.
The Grand Staff is an old but sturdy pirate ship. Still, she creaks and groans as First Officer William Gilly yanks the wheel. All that are aboard must stay to themselves. This would normally send the captain off in a rage, but he is so focused on the misty haze and that tiny smudge that all he manages is to leer at Gilly, and he knows what he did wrong.
Gunner,
Aye, sir.
roll them out on the port side.
Aye, aye, Captain Jacks. Roll them out to port.
Gunner turns and yells below.
Roll them out to port.
Roll out to port, aye!
Rattling and commotion of the guns on the next deck down raise a din that is exclamated by the sharp clicks and popping sounds of 34 cannons being locked down and readied for battle. The normal sounds of the ship in weather return to the deck. These Caribbean waters are dangerous, but the threats don't just come from the pirates, marauders, and despots that sail these seas. Sometimes the hazards to a ship can come from within its own hull. The bottle of rum, a modest schooner, was minimally armed, and there was just enough canvas for leaving port. She was outgunned and going nowhere.
Something ain't right, Captain.
Aye, lad. I feel it too. It's too quiet. Where are they? Put one over the bow, Mr. McGillicuddy.
Music to Gunner's ears.
Fire the cannons, aye, sir.
Gunner yells to fore.
Fire number one. Over the bow.
Over the bow, aye!
Fill out. Get her ready for more.
But there is no response from the schooner as the staff pulls alongside. Grapple hooks fly, and the two ships float as one. 3 days earlier, Sam Forrest and Ryan Olsen are wanted men. After traveling the past 2 years with a renegade British colonel and his group of highwaymen, they have found themselves on their own when the colonel found himself behind the walls of Casdelia de San Marcos as a guest of the Spanish military. Hearing rumors of a currency transfer, Olsen devises a plan of a rum and a candle at a dank St. Augustine pub to stow away, take out the crew, and relieve His Highness the King of Spain of 2 tons of bullion, coin, and plate.
She's called the bottle of rum, and she set sail at dawn.
There'll be no sailing in that weather out there unless the captain has a death wish. Or be he a fool.
Tribute transfers leave on schedule, rain or shine. This drink stands for me last peso, but I don't like being hungry.
We'll set your ship under. We are cutthroats and despots and scallywags.
The maid, Margaret, sits properly in a fine dress with an elaborate plunging lace neckline. The manservant Travis paints a portrait of her, but on his canvas the shoulder-length blonde hair is replaced with long flowing black locks. Around her neck is a gold chain with a jade pendant as big as a man's fist. The Marcone de San Sebastian sits and reads a book. The Marconess walks in.
That will be all for today, Travis. I shall wake you at 4 a.m. to continue. We must have it ready before we reach Madrid. Her birthday is tomorrow, and I shall miss her at sea. Marguerite, fetch me something to
Yes, Milena.
Travis, you are dismissed.
Very well, Milena.
Travis bows, turns, and leaves. A drizzly pre-dawn mist shrouds the bottle of rum when she sits before her skipper and first mate, standing on the dock in St. Augustine.
Cargo's loaded, Skipper.
Thank you, Mr. Forsyth.
Captain Ron Martin is a seasoned sailor. The King of Spain has commissioned him to relocate 2 tons of currency from the Florida coast to Madrid.
And the papers?
First Mate Glenn Forsyth has sailed with Captain Martin for 20 years, and he knows the dangers of transporting such cargo. A formidable man at 6'5", he seems even taller with his parrot on his shoulder. He towers over his 5'6" captain, but his loyalty is beyond reproach.
11 of the mast, 4 of the flag, and 4 passengers. That's it.
The parrot squawks as if to reprimand its master.
Oh, and Bill, of course.
Then we'd best set sail before this god-forsaken nor'easter opens up.
Aye, aye, sir.
They turn towards the ship to begin their journey.
Rouse the senior crew and make ready for open seas. Then, find me some breakfast. Aye, aye.
2 shadowy figures also make the ship.
Come on. Uh-oh.
Captain Duvall draws his sword. He and his men charge through the afternoon mist across the gangplank, or swing over on ropes with pistols, daggers, and cutlasses ready, screaming at the top of their voices. But as the macabre sight before them comes into focus, the crescendo falls to dead silence. These battle-hardened pirates with years of robbing, killing, and raiding are so shocked that 2 of them vomit on the spot. The blood, now purple and brown, stretches from stem to stern. Bodies litter the deck like Saturday night drunks on Sunday morning, and the stench of death lies thicker in the air than the mist of the slowly clearing nor'easter. The captain gasps as he is taken aback.
What the? What happened here?
Forsyth's massive fist raps on the bosun's door.
Wake up, Mr. Hobb. We're off in 20. Go see what Cookie's doing. If he sleeps, wake him. Skipper's hungry, and we gotta get underway.
Aye, aye, sir.
Duffy Hobb is the best bosun around, and could ready the ship all at once if he had to. But in a building storm like this, a little help makes it go faster. He passes the galley on his way to the cook's cabin, only to find him and his scullion, Raphael Rico. They're busy with the crew's morning meal.
Hi, you. Help me with the moorings. The skipper wants to leave port before we eat.
Forsyth lumbers through the guts of the ship with ease despite his size. He hears the topsails unfurl and feels the ship begin to move. As the ship leaves the dock, Ryan nudges Sam.
Wake up, Sam. We've set sail.
Oh, well, I'm up. My back hurts.
We've been on board for 5 minutes. Come on. We have work to do.
This be the wrong ship, I'm telling you.
If so, then what would the loader up my mind? Come on. We need to get the crew first.
He peers out of the hatch,
Take as many of their bunks as we can.
steps out of the mop dock,
Passengers will be no trouble at all.
and opens the door to a crewman's quarters.
You take that.
Ryan's whispers are almost too loud. He turns and enters the cabin, creeps up to the bunk and slits his first victim's throat. Sam's first kill is not so easy. Nervous, he shuts the hatch too hard and wakes the crewman.
Who is it? What are you doing in my cabin? I done told you, sore losers.
He starts to climb out of the bunk and Sam picks a hammer up off the locker.
I want it, it's mine.
Sam swings the hammer and strikes the crewman in the forehead, burying it in his skull. The hammer falls and hits the deck before the crewman falls back on his bunk. He puts up his hands and his fingers enter the yawing hole in his battered head. Lightning strikes and he sees his own blood and dies. Ryan and Sam meet in the hall.
You've got blood on you.
Look at you.
The thunder rolls, as do the waves. The twosome move down the corridor to the next set of crew quarters. They both enter cabins without a word. Inside, Ryan pulls his pistol and simply shoots the crewman in his sleep. Thunder concealing the sound of his dirty deed. He lights the lamp and begins to reload. Sam does much better this time. A quiet entrance, a silent creak, a single swipe across the Adam's apple, a gasp, and it is done. He peeks out the hatch and waits for Ryan to emerge. They walk to the end of the corridor. Sam goes right with his cutlass. Ryan and his pistol turn left.
Travis. Wake up, Travis. Snap to.
Yes, my lady.
We have set sail, and I want her portrait done before we reach the end of our voyage.
I shall be at your service anon, my lady.
You are at my service 24 hours a day.
Oh, I meant no disrespect, my lady.
Quiet! Do you know what today is?
Yes, my lady.
You have no idea how it feels to miss your daughter's 16th birthday, do you?
No, my lady.
Just be in the sitting room in 10 minutes to finish a dreadful painting.
As you wish, my lady.
Anon indeed.
She huffs, turns, and walks out of the cabin.
Yes, my lady. No, my lady. As you wish, my lady. To the devil with you, my lady.
Travis dresses with agitation, snapping his socks in the imaginary face of the Marchioness.
I'll snap too, my lady.
It is skipper's custom, upon leaving port, to set sail, have morning grub, and discuss the course with the officers. Then the rest of the crew gets to work. In the galley, the flag Chris sits and has a fine breakfast of marlin cakes and cider. Thunder booms in the distance as Hob mans the wheel. He puts St. Augustine to his rudder and the Storm to his bow. After breakfast, the captain pipes up.
This voyage will be my last. The salt in my veins runs thin, and I cannot take the rocking of the waves no more.
The thunder booms again, louder this time as the wind picks up steadily.
There's enough below for us to live out our lives, not nothing. I say we just sail off into oblivion.
Cookie seems a bit disturbed.
Skipper, ye are the most honest man e'er I met. If I'd not heard it with me own ears, I'd not be believing it. Besides, what about the passengers?
What about it? I'm sick and tired of moving treasure after treasure, and all I get is a few doubloons or a couple of shillings. They can make a nice home for themselves on some desert island somewhere. Who's with me?
The cook stands up.
Aye, sir. If not.
Gilly's footfalls pound the deck as he runs from captain's quarters to the helm.
Captain! The manifest says she's empty.
Aye. Did you see her waterline? She sits too low for being. I figure at least 2 tons, maybe 3.
The papers show 15 crew, 4 passengers, and a parrot they called Vil. Belonged to the first mate or something. No cargo.
Oh, there's cargo on this boat. I can smell it. There's good rum, too. Mr. Mazula, find it. Find it now. Willie, why are all these people dead? The whole senior staff lie dead on the deck. Who would kill the officers for an empty ship?
Hard to say, Captain.
Gilly's response has no satisfaction for Duvall.
I'll tell you who killed these people. These people killed these people. The captain's over there. Half his face is gone. I think that's it over there in the scupper. The cook is over here. The mate, right there, is the only one here big enough to put those marks around his gullet. And who could have stuck a swordfish spine through this man's head? And let me ask you this, my friend. Where are the rest of the crew?
Duvall studies an unfinished, damaged portrait of a woman.
And where is she?
I'll find out, sir.
Gilly pounds off to find the answers to his captain's questions. The Marconi, magnifying glass to his right eye, and the Marchioness stand over the chart table with the map showing the route of the woman's tour. She has spent the last 8 months traveling the islands in the New World collecting the king's tribute. The Marconi has been enjoying himself in Florida without his wife, but still he was glad to see her when she arrived last Tuesday. Travis sits, paintbrush and palette in hand, waiting. He had only just met the Marconess a week ago, and already he hated her. Margaret enters the room in the same fine dress and takes her seat. She looks at Travis. Since they met last week, they've not said a single word to one another. She notices he is staring at her chest again with that look in his eye. She fidgets. The Marconess begins her eternal hounding.
Shut up.
Yes, my lady.
Arch your back.
Yes, my lady.
Sit like a lady.
Yes, my lady.
I know it's difficult for someone of your status. Just a trap.
Yes, my lady.
Now it is Travis's turn.
How's the light? Is that a good color? I think it's too dark. What's wrong with you? Why don't you answer me?
Travis produces a single-shot flintlock blunderbuss.
For you, my lady.
Fire spills out of the pistol and into the Marconess's chest. The Marconi drops the looking glass and dives across the cabin. Margaret screams, paralyzed in her seat as Travis and the Marconi fight back and forth around the room. Travis is lifted off the floor and thrown into the chart table.
I should have shot you first like I'd planned. But she needed to shut up.
The ship now rocks vigorously, momentarily swaying the Marconi's balance. The roar of the wind and booming thunder fill the air.
Some truth, no matter how distasteful, cannot be quarreled.
The Marconi regains his footing and dives at Travis again. He steps to the side and grabs the Marconi in mid-flight, bringing him down upon the chart table where he is impaled by a lamp and falls dead to the deck. Travis sees a dagger in a drawer jarred open during the fight. He picks it up and turns towards the handmaid.
I'll be having that jade now.
It belongs to the princess.
Give it!
No.
I'm taking the jade and I'm taking the boat. Why don't you come with me? Think of it. No more waiting on snobby, stuffy people who could just as soon replace you as to look at you.
I can't. I can't.
Then give me the pendant and I'll be off. Come on, come on.
No, I cannot betray the Marconi.
The Marconi is dead. Right there on the floor. Look at him.
Although Travis signed on with the Marconi a few months ago, Margaret has been with the Marconess for 5 years. She cannot even fathom stealing from the royal family.
I hate to be stopping my new life killing you. Now give it up.
I told you. I can't.
With that, Travis raises his weapon. Pans and utensils fall from hooks and glass from shelves as Cookie and the captain wrestle about the galley. Cookie has a knife and the skipper is going to kill him with it. They do their death dance right out onto the deck. Forsyth runs out behind them, carrying the head of the marlin they just ate. Rico follows, reaching for a galley axe. As the fray reaches the deck, off to Rico.
Skipper wants the cargo!
The bosun lets go of the helm and grabs a rope pike. The lines are clearly drawn and all are against the captain and the mate. Parrot squawks fill the air as Forsyth drops the long deadly fish snout, grips Cookie's throat and lifts him off the deck. Rico lunges at Skipper, galley axe in hand. The captain rolls over with Cookie's knife and plants it deep in the young Scullion's gut. He withdraws the blade. Rico looks him in the eye and raises his axe once more. The skipper pierces his body again, this time in the chest. Rico falls to the deck. The skipper looks over to see Cookie's dead body fall as his first mate's head crumbles into the mighty swing of the bosun's pike. To note, the captain is hit and he's engaged with Rico once more. It will take 2 more thrusts with Cookie's knife to still the powerful scullion. Hawk who is pinned under Forsyth's barge, struggles to push the massive corpse away and is almost free. The captain picks up the Marlin's head and spikes him through the ears. Inside the loop, the cold steel intercepts his right ear from behind and proceeds into his head and out to his right cheek, shearing off a chunk of flesh and bone, as well as releasing brain.
Viva el
The scullion hails the King of Spain as he gasps his last breath and falls near the captain he once swore to protect. The skipper himself is dead in seconds. The parrot squawks a mournful sound. Thunder booms and the wind howls. Duval hears a faint squeaking sound under some debris in the corner. He lifts a piece of wood to find the parrot half dead on the deck. He picks up the battered bird as Gilly comes on deck.
The crew are all still in their bunks, all dead. Some shot, some with their throats slithered, some with their skulls bashed in. Haven't found the passengers yet, but I'll find them.
Look at this, Willie. He's not dead.
Looks like the wretched sole survivor of a doomed voyage, sir.
Gilly pounds off again, this time to find the passengers. Margaret's scream does not last long. Travis withdraws the knife from between her breasts and notices the blade is made of solid gold and the handle is covered with jewels. It glows softly and hums with an hypnotic vibration that is both soothing and disturbing all at once.
You will be coming with me.
He wipes off the blood on the dress that Margaret wears. He snatches the chain from her neck and darts out of the door, reaching for his painting.
And you, my dear princess, you shall keep the reign off my head.
Travis moves through the ship without resistance. He glances at the pocket watch given him by the Marconi when he hired on. Things were so much better then. The Marconi was so nice, and the Marconess was off on her world tour. 4:20 a.m. Surely the crew should be up by now. He rounds a corner to go on deck. A parrot comes screaming down upon him. Instinctively he swings the painting, hitting the bird square on and sending it flying out of control back outside where it hits a board and falls to the deck. The board tumbles down upon the bird. Travis proceeds onto the deck. Ryan turns his head when he hears the crashing noise outside. He comes on deck and sees Travis. They first look at the carnage around them, and then at each other.
Did you do this?
Ryan is just as puzzled as Travis, but he uses the confusion to his own advantage.
Also dead! On your next!
He draws his sword. With no other weapon available, Travis draws the golden knife tucked in his belt.
Nice knife!
Let's just say it's a family heirloom.
Travis is a very skilled swordsman, as is Ryan. Steel clashes with solid gold as they move around the deck. Careful not to step on anyone.
You handle your weapon well.
My former employer insisted I learn the rules of the game, as well as the game itself. It did him no good as he was killed in a firefighting big showing off.
Travis loses his footing and falls to the deck. He looks over to see a man with a marlin's head stuck through his own, ear to ear. The dead fish staring into the man's upturned eyes. The mist they gather spills out and looks like flowing tears. His mouth now silent, wide open in death's wail. Ryan, his sword on outstretched, pounces on the vulnerable manservant who stops the razor-sharp blade with his knife just inches from his
We
neck.
need not fight. I'm on your side.
No one's on my side but me.
Sam walks out in time to hear that. Exhausted, Travis summons the whole of his strength and gains a foothold on Ryan's chest. He uses the motion of the ship rocking and bucking out of control to push the stowaway off and stand up, all in a single movement, still clutching the chain that bears his new life fortune. Ryan nearly falls, flies into Sam, who helps him back to upright. Ryan and Travis move up the stairs to the aft deck, crossing blades the whole way. Travis turns and grabs a rope hanging from the yardarm and swings over the main deck, all the way to the foredeck. Although he can handle a weapon, his life of service to royals and elites kept him on solid ground. He is not one for the open seas, so he cannot believe he is swinging across the deck of a ship, albeit awkward and frightening, with a dirk in his teeth and treasure in his hand, just like the pirate novels of his youth. Ryan's ocean-going experience is far greater. He sheathes his sword and follows suit. Sam, who's too afraid of his own shadow to try such daring feat, opts for the stairs and trips on the way. On the foredeck, Travis confronts Ryan. Their blades lock and Travis plants a left hook firmly on Ryan's jaw, knocking him back 2 steps. Sam tops the last step to see Ryan stumbling towards him. He catches his partner and flings him back at the manservant. Travis jumps the rail, drops down to the main deck and runs inside with Ryan in pursuit. Sam opts for the stairs again for the same reasons and trips in the same place going the other way. In the galley, Travis turns to fight and engages the 2 despots. A glint in the dim light catches his eye. The golden blade in his hand is undamaged by the fighting. The distraction gives Ryan a chance and he runs Travis through. Sam sees his own chance and pierces his partner through the heart from behind. Sam eases his comrade to his last breath and turns to leave when he notices a glow on the deck. He takes the knife from Travis's dead hand. He makes his way back onto the deck. He kicks the crane lock, watches the jolly boat fall into the rough surf and jumps over the rail with a splash. The bottle of rum drifts aimlessly and unmanned, a ship of fools on the storm of the sea.
There's 2 chests in the stern cabin, sir. One full of coin.
Rogan explodes onto the deck.
The other?
He pauses a pirate smile.
Bullion!
We sup well tonight, mates. Like the royalty who funded said supper.
Well, it's not the end of the story, sir.
In the stern cabin, the bodies of the Marcone, Marconess, and maid lay where Travis had left them. The Marconess's chest lay wide open and hollow. The Marcone lays beside the chart table, and the maid sits as proper as death will allow, her fine lace neckline now brownish purple and stiff with the dried blood in the unlit makeshift sitting room.
That's the dress in the painting, but not the girl. And where's the jade?
In the galley, sir.
Half of the captain's rhetorical question is answered.
There are 2 bodies there. One of them has a jade like that in his hand.
2? How many crew in their bunks?
10, sir.
The captain leads the way back to the deck.
I figure that makes 20 on a ship of 19. Are we a slave or stowaway? Or perhaps a royal bodyguard?
This rhetorical question remains unanswered.
The middle hold is stuffed with silver, sir.
Archie steps over the bodies.
Gather round, lads. Each and every one of the men here that lay dead before you was worth his salt, and worthy of better than this. You 5, cut down the mainsail, and give 'em a proper burial at sea. The rest of you, let's get the cargo to the staff and strip her bare.
I found the rum, sir.
Griffin's news is icing on the cake. Cargo begins to move to the grand staff. Duvall watches his men work on what is their first real haul. The whole of a single share is more than one man can spend in an entire lifetime.
Move it, lads. Daylight's running out, and I got a song to write.
Disappointment after failure, storms and pirates, and years of just getting by. But the lads stuck with him. Now they will all be rewarded.
Gunner, do your thing.
Fire the cannons, I
aye, sir!
Cannonballs fly and the bottle of rum dissolves into the sea. The ball thinks back on that day on the sloop 17 years ago and how young Billy was when he broke his promise to the widow McGillicuddy. Regarding the men, some will want to retire, others to stay on. Still others will drink themselves silly and lose it all. As for Jacksonville, they'll just be Jacksonville. The Grand Staff points west in the early evening sun, the nor'easter having cleared to crystal blue skies. Anchors weigh, sails drop and fill as they set sail for the Cowport. Tonight, Jax enters his favorite pub with gold in his pocket and a new song to share with any who will listen.
Ahoy there, lad. And what's your name?
I'm Flint, and I'm gonna be captain one day.
Well, Mr. Flint? Or is that Cap?
Captain will do just fine.
Well, Cap, who's your little friend?
I'm Pew, and I will only sail with the best.
Well, Mr. Pugh, I've been writing a song, and I've been having trouble with one line. But I think maybe you can help me with that. Gather round, boys and girls, and listen to a song of the sea.
On the dead man's chest, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. Jake and the devil had done for the rest. Yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. The mate was fixed by the bosun's pike. The bosun brained with a marlin spike. And Cookie's throat was marked belike it had been gripped by fingers 10, and there they lay, all good dead men, like break of day in a boozing ken. Yo, and a bottle of rum. 15 men of the whole ship's list. Oh, and a bottle of rum. Dead and the damned and the rest gone whist. Oh, and a bottle of rum. The skipper lay with his knob and gore, and the scullion sacks his cheek sure. The scullion he was stabbed ×4. There they lay, and the soggy skies dripped all day long in upstaring eyes. Dark sunset and a foul sunrise. Yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. Men of them stiff and stark. Yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. 10 of the crew for a murder mark. Yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. 'Twas cut in the swipe, or an ounce of lead, or a yawing hole in a battered head, and the stomach's glut with the rotting bread, and there they lay. I damn me eyes, lookouts clapped upon paradise. All souls bound us contrariwise. Yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. Of a good and true. Oh, and a bottle of rum. Every man Jack could sail with old Hugh. Oh, and a bottle of rum. There's chest on chest of Spanish gold, with a ton of plate in the
tone, and the heavens bright of lute untold as they lay there. That Duke, the plum, with sightless glare and lips struck dumb, what we shed on by rule of thumb. Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. 15 men on the dead man's chest. Oh ho ho, and a bottle of rum. And the devil had done for the rest. Oh ho ho, and a bottle of rum. We robbed all in a main so tight, with twined 10 turns of a horse's bite, and we heaved 'em o'er and out of sight, with a ho heave ho and a fare thee well, and a sudden punch in the sullen swell. Fathoms deep on the road to hell.